Should say,
Good.
okay, so it says it's live now.
Okay, so it says it's live now.
Okay, sweet.
Okay. If we can wait for a
We can
minute
wait for a minute.
and just see.
Yeah, we can wait if you guys want.
I guess we can't because this week we're just talking about
About
the experience
the
plate
experience.
tectonics. So we can start talking about
So
it,
we can
or
start talking about
then
or
fill them in later, or
fill them in later, or
um,
um,
wait for him.
wait for him.
I think we could just start without him. I think because are you guys hearing me okay, or am I cutting in and out?
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
Okay, because I can connect to my Wi-Fi if it's not fast enough. Yeah, we could just start talking about it because it sounded like Diogo was in his car, chasing down this thief.
Well,
Oh man.
that's rough.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we could just go ahead.
Yeah, so I guess we could just go ahead.
That's fine with me.
That's fine with me.
Okay. So it says here for this week, it does say that I don't know, have you guys read the question for this week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I have it right here.
I have it right
Pull
here.
it up real fast.
Pull it up real fast.
So
Yeah, that'd be great if you can read that.
yeah. Okay. So
Okay, so
it says for this week's activity, come up with a series of experiments you would like to conduct. We have an unlimited budget and
you have an
time
unlimited bit and
to test the theory of plate
the theory of
tectonics.
plate tectonics.
So, and it says we need to talk for 45 to 60 minutes.
60 minutes.
So, yeah.
So,
Sweet. I was looking at this today, and we're actually, how are we going to talk about this for 45 minutes? It's so crazy.
Well, if we introduce ourselves, we'll take up a little bit of time.
Yeah, let's do that. Do you want to start, Emma?
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm Emma Stevens.
I'm Emma Stevens.
I am from Pennsylvania. I'm living going to BYUI. And I got married 6 months ago. So yeah. Exciting.
Sweet, that's really cool. How did you meet your husband?
We were actually in the same ward. My roommate wanted me to get out more. He was dating his roommate. So then he set me up on a date with him. Yeah, so that's how we met. A roundabout way.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Alex, you want to go next? Is it Alex or Alexander? Alexander? Oh, Alex, you can't hear it. Oh, sorry. I thought it wasn't had any volume, but you came in a bit late.
Let's see. I'm going to EY. Is that it?
I think it cut out for some reason. Maybe it's just my computer.
No, it actually did, Alex. Yeah, the internet connection kind of cut out a little bit. So I heard that you're going to BYU, Idaho, and then that's it. Oh man, you can always type also, because I'm not sure if the sound is working properly. Give it another try. Yeah, I'm not hearing anything.
That's super weird.
That is really weird.
This is odd.
Oh, I can hear.
Oh, yeah, this is odd. That's so funny. Well, I can introduce myself in the meantime.
Action.
I don't know, Alex, I don't know if you want to type everything or not, but maybe that's one way we can communicate. Also, so my name's Daniel Kloos de Boer. I'm from Holland, the Netherlands. I was born there, lived there for about 9 years. And
I'll go ahead.
you'll go ahead, what? So, sorry. Trying to get this Google Hangout on my computer too, so I can see the conversation, because I only see the video here. Oh, what the heck? Oh, that's my video. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you can go
Yeah, so you
back
can
to
go
Gmail
to Gmail
and you can
Okay.
and you can
do it that way.
Oh, there we go.
that way.
I think I can click on it and we'll see what it does. Unplug that camera real quick because I do not. Okay, I'm gonna type something real quick, see if that works. Do you see that? I just said, oh, it's sending. Piece of junk. It's so okay. Do you see that? I said hi.
Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, Alex, you can type on that if you'd like. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, so I was born in Holland. Lived there for 9 years, and then I moved to England. My mother is English, and we moved there to look after my grandma, who was a little bit sick. And then a visa waiting list for like 14 years to get over to America. And then I got my citizenship. I've been here for about 8 years, and then I got my citizenship a couple months, like maybe, well, about 6 months ago now.
That's
So
exciting.
That's exciting.
yeah, it's nice to be American. And then I'm going to LDS Business. I live in West Valley in Utah. I'm going to LDS Business College, doing accounting and general education, and then I'll be going up to the U next semester. Oh, and I'm also going to Salt Lake Community College online, and then obviously BYU Idaho online. So I'm taking 3 online classes with a total of 5 classes, 3 credits each. So that's me. I like to hack. I like to eat food and make money.
Well done.
Well then.
Yep, just trying to take up some time because I mean 45 minutes is a long time to talk, you know.
Yeah, especially
Yeah, especially
online.
online.
Um,
Um,
it looks like
it looks like
if I remember his name.
I remember his
Diogo Alex.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah, it looks like he
starting to join.
starting to join.
Okay, sweet. That's good. I hope he found his wallet because I sold pest control worth Diogo, and so that's why we wanted to be in the same group because I was in another group, but then I abandoned them.
Oh,
Oh,
I just had to be in a group that
had to be in a group that
at night or whatever.
or whatever.
So
So
anyway,
um,
it looks
it looks
we have just a few issues.
issues.
What else? So anyways, I guess we can start talking about I don't know if Alex can see that, but Alex, I just sent you a message via the Oh man, how do I turn my? I think it's this way. Oh, there we go. Sweet. I sent you a message via the little Hangout messenger thing, so I don't know if you can see that, but you can always just type in here. That way it's pretty nice.
I think he's trying to figure out a way for it.
Yeah, because it's hard on the phone because you don't see.
Okay, so
Mute myself. I can
he
I can
typed.
take off my video. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so if you click on the little messenger thing in the top left-hand corner,
Uh-huh.
he says his name, he's from BYU, he's on BYU Idaho Online and Development.
Wait, what? Where? I can't see this. What the heck?
Um, maybe it's because I'm on a computer, but on my computer there's a top in the top left corner. There's like a little
Uh-huh.
icon, and
Uh-huh.
in that, if you click on that, then it'll show what Alex said.
Oh man, I can't see that. That's okay.
He said he's from Missouri and he's doing Idaho online in web design and development.
Okay, that's cool.
That is really cool.
Missouri is pretty. I've been to Missouri, I think once or twice, but man, you can feel the difference between Utah and Idaho and Missouri because over there it's just like, whoa, you can like feel the air, you know?
Yeah, it's humid. It's very humid. Yeah, humidity. It's not. It's like it's a different. I feel like it's a different kind of air.
Yeah, it's true. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Can you still see me?
No.
Okay, I just exited it by accident.
Alex.
I'm gonna try to get back in it.
Alex said in Utah you dry up.
Okay, there we go. Can you see me now?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Did someone just join?
I think yeah, so the green thing is Alex.
Okay.
I don't know why it's green. And then me, so it looks like how do you say Diago?
Diogo?
Diogo? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I didn't join yet.
Okay.
But that's okay. I didn't think it would yet.
Okay, cool. Well, man. Well, at least it works on the phone because I was worried that it wasn't gonna work. I was worried that it wasn't gonna work on the phone, you know?
Yeah. We all do it on our computers, but we meet like on campus. But for some reason, like, all of their computers didn't work today, so we all had to use like one computer. And then like one girl wasn't there; she was on her computer at home, and so we just like everybody was like sitting around just like one computer. So it can be finicky a little bit.
Oh my goodness. Today I was at school and it was like 7 o'clock, I think. And they did this stupid update with the school. So my friend and I, who were doing homework, we were kicked out. I'm like, what the heck? So annoying when the school computers don't work.
I keep wanting to type on this. So Alex said he's going to try and get a mic and camera for his computer next week. Just, I guess, no worries. Like, at least you're here today and you can type and stuff. So that's what matters is that you're participating personally.
Is this camera quality okay? Because I mean, I could also buy a webcam for my laptop, but I mean, I don't know what's wrong with it.
I think on your phone is okay. I mean, as long as it works. Because you can see and you can hear, so that's what matters.
Yeah, and I have my computer right here too. It's just this camera sucks, and then this one over here, it's broken. So it kind of sucks, both of them. Otherwise, I'll be using that now, but so I'm just gonna use this as a camera. But it's kind of nice that I can still use this for whatever we need.
Yeah. I'm lucky and I guess my computer just works. So, but if I had to do it on my phone, I think it would be kind of frustrating a little bit. So I understand.
Oh, I'm gonna try joining on my iPad because I think it might have a little bit better quality, but also I can put it down better than this phone. So
That's okay.
I'll be right back. Well, yeah.
Am I coming in better?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now. That's a lot better.
Yes. Yes, it's way better now.
Okay, so how is it now?
You're good. It's not breaking.
I'm good.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, that's nice.
I think what my phone restarting.
Oh,
So I got cut off or something. Oops.
well, I'm glad you figured it out. It's a lot easier for you to have it this way than trying to type everything.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
conversation is a lot easier than typing.
Yeah, for sure. So why are you taking a geology class if you're a web design major?
Well, let's say it's in my foundations. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Also, I'm a little bit of a science nerd.
Well, science is always fun, so you always get to learn cool things
Yeah.
in science classes.
Yep.
Well, I
Yeah,
think we're now except for um Diogo. So we can start talking about the plate tectonics until he gets here, and then he can introduce himself when he gets here. If he gets here. If he doesn't get here today, like we'll just hopefully the teacher will be understanding.
so I was reading this, and so I'm like, how are we gonna like figure out like tests and experiments that we can do, you know? But I mean, with the current information that we already have, we know where they are located, you know. Anyways, I was just thinking of something crazy. That what if you like put some
Actually,
GP?
there's a really easy experiment you can do.
Oh yeah?
Boil a pot of soup.
Oh, really? Do you want to explain that?
Yeah. The same thing happens inside an apple happens inside your pot of soup.
Oh.
You or induction burner, and then the soup mantle, the fluid mantle.
Oh, it looks like it looks like Diogo's trying to join, so we can wait until. Oh, this is working.
Okay, sorry, Alex. You kind of got cut off a little bit there. Let me send the link again to him so that he can join us. Hopefully, join us pretty fast. Awesome.
I think that was just Alex joining again.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I noticed that when I mute myself, I can hear you guys better. So if you see the mute sign on me, it's just because I'm trying to hear you better.
Yeah, that's something that, like, if we all mute when we're not talking, it can be easier to hear everybody.
How do you mute?
Microphone with a little line across it, and if you it'll mute. So if you're on your phone, it might be towards the bottom. For me, I'm on my computer, so it's towards the top.
Hello?
Oh, there we are.
Okay, it's still working.
But I think there you go. You got it. Okay, so I'm gonna mute myself so that we can hear what Alex has to say about the soup without any distractions.
Okay, so in most of the geology classes I've taken, they liken the core to an induction coil for a stovetop. And then the water and the soup is sort of like the partially molten mantle. It convects, and then the scum on top acts a lot like continental plates.
That makes sense. I think that's a cool experiment to do and to see like how it works at a smaller level, if that makes sense.
That's exactly what that image is supposed to show you, is how plate tectonics on a larger level works inside a contained environment.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. I'll have to, next time I make soup, I'll have to like look at that and notice that. Because I've never noticed that, but when you say it, I'm like, oh yeah, it does look like it does do that.
The dynamic is that what the core heats up the liquid core transfers heat to the part of the mantle and that, and the anything hot or heat sort of repels its or hot matter is pushed up by colder matter, it, away from gravity. As something heats, the hot portions of it rise, as the colder portions sink, and the process is called convection. It causes a friction type of reaction with the crust, and that's what makes the crust or the lithosphere move. What are we calling it? Asthenosphere actually flows underneath the lithosphere due to this process. Interior of the Earth is boiling.
That sounds really cool. I like that explanation that you gave. It really helps you to like visualize what the experiment is like showing us and like everything like that. So like taking that from like what we learned from the soup and then seeing that in a larger scale of like the tectonic plates and stuff, that's definitely like something that's like gonna help us to like understand that. So I think that's cool. I really like that. Daniel, do you want to say what you were thinking of your extravagant whatever experiment you had?
Yeah, I like that one, Alex. And back in England, I used to make a lot of soups, so but yeah, the thing that I was thinking of was just really stupid, really actually. I was just thinking about actually maybe it'll be better if I put the mic up here. I was thinking about like going down in the oceans and actually that wouldn't work because it's too deep. But if you get like these GPS devices and then record the location, and then you can see it move every single year and on the different plate tectonics. Because obviously you have a limited budget, you know. Anyways, that came to my mind. Probably not super good, but whatever.
Actually, they do that. They have put they can't put the radio transmitters at the bottom of the ocean, but they've got buoys with radio transmitters, and the sensors are actually anchored to the bottom. The cables run all the way up to the buoys, and you GPS coordinates for the. Of course, interestingly enough, they have to correct for about 2 inches each year.
Man, that is really interesting. Dang it. All these ideas that I came up with, they're always taken, you know. Dang it.
Something that I was thinking of, um, if we have like an unlimited budget and like, like no time like really matters or anything like that, we know that like the tectonic plates like go along like volcanoes and like earthquakes and things like that. And I mean, it would be crazy, but it'd be cool to see like I know we could see with earthquakes how the earth shifts, but like if there was like like a really massive earthquake and you could like um see how it moved, like how the plate like really moved rather than just like slowly the like shift that that it actually had. I don't know. I was just thinking about that kind of stuff. I don't know if that makes any sense or if that would even be an experiment, but
Yeah, actually, geologists have they put sensors on fault lines on the continents too. Of course, with sensors above the ocean on continental plates, don't have to uh, they don't have to have the cabling and the buoys and so forth that they need for the stuff in the ocean. But they've got a global network of those sensors set up.
that's really cool. Um, you seem to know a lot about about geology, about everything that goes along with that. That's really awesome because I feel like I don't know. I know like the basics that you learn in like high school and things like that, but I feel like like I don't know that kind of stuff like that. That's really unique and that's awesome that they do that already and they have a lot of the technology to really hold out like experiments that can last for years and years and years and it, for future generations and things like that.
You know what's really interesting about it is we know because of seismic readings that there's fluid underneath the lithosphere, but we don't exactly understand what that fluid is because, well, the only reason that we think it's magma is because volcanoes develop where an ocean and um, and continental crust converge, and the oceanic crust starts to subduct. Some people believe that lava is actually generated through friction between the two layers of rock, and it doesn't have to do with what the actual the material that our lithosphere is floating on. Interesting idea.
Yeah, that's a super interesting idea. I mean, I've never really thought about that before. But that's really cool. I don't have anything else to say.
um yeah, that's really cool. I think that geologists just really know so much about the earth that you just don't even sometimes you don't even think about when you go to your day to day, like you just go through day to day. And so like that's what I've liked so far about this class is it's really trying to get you to think about like what geology does for you like every day and how it provides like the earth is just like an amazing like thing and things like that. Another thing, I mean, I think it's going to be really cool to see like in years like probably like millions of years like in the future like it's going to be cool to see how everything because of the plate tectonics has shifted and that's going to be um interesting. Obviously it will probably be in heaven but that'll be interesting to see like and I guess to because we see it like we know it moves like little by little like every day and so I guess to see it on like a bigger scale of like this is how much it moved from here and we know that from like history that it does that but it'd be cool to see it like in the future like if you could like time travel and see it in the future I think that would be cool too.
What's interesting is you may not be disappointed because according to the Book of Revelations, we're going to be experiencing a lot of continental drift in the next few years, in the next 7 years, to be exact.
We're all gonna die. That's really cool. That's good. I like that.
Well, I guess we'll just have to watch and find out what's going to happen then and see how I mean that'll be devastating. Like there'll be a lot of devastating things that happen which will be sad. So, don't know if I'm mentally prepared for that, but as you know, geology, that would be like if you're a geologist, like that would be really cool.
The thing is, living systems grow, they evolve, and they transform. And basically, what you're doing is with or what we're doing here on the earth is we're trying to coexist with a living planet that is literally changing as we speak. It's growing, etc., etc. And we think, oh, we're going to control it. But really, there is no way to control the growth of a living system. You have to coexist with it.
That's a really good point. Sometimes, you know, like I don't even think about that. So you brought it up like I feel like I know that, but never really thought about the earth as like I mean, I guess you know it's living, like plants are living and animals and everything's always shifting, moving. So you know it's like a living planet, but um your mind just doesn't like think of it that way sometimes, like because rocks like they don't seem living and you know things like that, but you know it is shifting and it's always moving, and so that makes sense that we have to um live and you know work with what the earth is doing because there's nothing we can really change about it. So that I like that you said.
The well, science has defined life as consuming, moving, and growing. And if you want to know, if you observe the waves, it consumes energy, it does move, and it does grow in its way. I mean, uh, mainstream geology doesn't recognize that any form of expansion. There are certain people who advocate a planetary expansion model, which is a tectonic. It's a division of tectonics that's considered fringe right now, but and actually there's some YouTube presentations that show very convincingly that you could put together all of the continental boundaries around the earth together without, particularly the oceans are the continents are the ancient skin, I guess you could say. But the reason that they believe that's possible is, or that's the case, is because there is no the expansionists versus the static tectonic model believe that is there is no oceanic crust that's older than, what was it, 130 million or so, and the continents are so much older. That's because there is subduction. We can see that, but they don't believe that it's purely because of subduction. They believe that it's also because our Earth was about a third the size of what it is now.
That's really interesting. I mean, I have never thought about that either. So that is really interesting, and thank you for sharing that.
Man, just before we're talking about how the Earth is like living and stuff. So on my mission, I learned a lot about like spiritual intelligences and stuff, and how the intelligence. Oh, wait a minute. How the intelligence is put together with the elements or the atoms, and then you can command uh, the particles to move, and that's why when you use the priesthood, you can command a mountain to move because those intelligences and with the materials are able to move. But to answer the question for this thing, it'd be nice if we could just ask the Earth, hey, how do these plate tectonics work, and is our information correct? Stupid, but kind of funny. Hopefully that made sense. Hopefully you guys could hear that.
I heard it.
Oh, I heard it too. Yeah, that's really. I mean, I just feel like there's a lot of things that like have been said that you just don't think about very often. So, yeah. Does anybody else have any sort of like I guess large like something that has to do very large scale like with all the earth like tectonics plate tectonics?
No, but I mean that's really funny. Oh my goodness, so popular.
Can you restate the question?
Okay, well, I think I won't get any more. My husband is just trying to share like in a family album like these photos or whatever, and so it keeps notifying me every time. I think he's just
You
doing
can
Okay.
you can actually turn down your volume, and then do you have an iPhone or Android, or are you on your laptop?
I'm on my lap.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to turn that down. Never mind, just ignore what I was gonna say.
But he's just doing it on accident. He's just trying to I know he wasn't doing it on purpose, but anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. But that's what the notifications are for, is because of that. Anyway, so the question that I was asking was if anybody else had any like more experiments that didn't require time or a budget that would show like distinctly like I guess on the earth that the plate tectonics are are really there or whatever. Does that make more sense?
Yeah,
If
I have one.
anybody else would want to share like an experiment that you're thinking of as we were talking or whatever.
So this is my idea. It's really bad. Well, I mean, That's a good one. I mean, if you blow up the whole Earth, right, with nukes or whatever, and then you can see it like blow apart, then you can see where the major rocks are located. And so those would be the plate tectonics if they're kind of in one piece, you know? Hopefully that makes sense. But I mean, everyone would die. So I guess that's the end of the experiment. But
Okay. Actually, they already do that, except they don't use nukes. They use earthquakes. The earthquake produces what they call S and P waves that go through the earth. And they interact with the various levels of the earth, giving you sort of a CAT scan of what appears to be the structure of the interior of the earth. And in Nickting, they do the same thing, except they make their own earthquakes with what they call well, we call them plate compactors, but basically what they are is they're big paddles on trucks that basically stand on the ground, and the truck jumps up and down, making seismic waves, and they can literally scan layers of strata to find out what's down there. The way that the waves interact with the materials.
oh my goodness, that is actually really cool. And I didn't know that. But that's all I have to say.
I think that's really cool as well, and I like that they do. They already do so many experiments to prove that tectonic plates are, really there, because, the theory of it is supported by, all the facts and all the evidence, and that's what a theory is. It's supported by evidence, and so yeah. Does anybody else have anything else they want to say? Or we're past 45 minutes. So
Are we?
yeah, so if we want, we can stop. We can wait for Diogo a little bit.
Let's run through a little bit of the evidence that plate motion happens. Divergent is paleomagnetism, aka whenever the Earth flips polarity, reverses, it's recorded in the rock that's deposited from the upwelling of magma at mid-ocean ridges. Evidence that subduction happens is volcanic eruptions and trenches that shouldn't be there, aka extremely deep portions of the ocean. As far as seafloor spreading is concerned, there is evidence that certain land masses were at one time in one piece. And that evidence is fossil plants, fossil animals that are shared between two continents, etc. They've also used glaciation to prove that at one time continents were joined. Now, that's what I was saying about the expansionists, is they've gone to the other side and found the same evidence that they've found, or that static the static theoreticians have found on the Atlantic coasts of all the continents. They've found it on the Pacific coasts of all the continents. But anyway, it's just the width of the Pacific Ocean is so wide that no one actually thought of looking at the other on the other side for evidence that perhaps that side may have been together at one time.
That's really cool, and something that just again proves like plate tectonics or like the theory of it, and just really helps to show like different perspectives and things like that. So I really like that that you said that, and so. Does anybody else want to say anything? Anybody else have anything else they want to talk about?
No, I don't have anything. I still need to do the reading for this week and the questions.
I need to do that too. I did do some of the reading, but I haven't done the questions and stuff yet. And I was gonna do it before we met, but then I ended up having work, so it just didn't work out the way I thought it would. So sorry, I wasn't as prepared as I could have been.
All I've got left is my annotated bibliography. I've got half of that done for this week. I didn't do any last week.
I think that I didn't know we had to do any of the annotated bibliography last week. I only did 2, so hopefully that 2 for this week. I thought it was like 2 or 3, so hopefully that get a good grade on that. If not, I'll do better next time.
Yeah, I think it was kind of confusing because if you look at the annotated bibliography, I can't say that word, the thing, it says 2 sources, but then in some other instructions it says 3. And so I asked him the question, and I haven't checked to see if he answered it, but I think it's only 2 sources, and I think we've only started it, I know we've only started it this week, so you should only have the 1 document for this week, because last week was a freebie, from my understanding.
What's nice is if you're a BYU Idaho student, which we all are, if you go to the BYU Idaho library, I don't know if you guys know about this, you probably do, but if you type in whatever you are researching or whatever, a lot of the like articles that they have there for you to read and things, they already have cited and APA, MLA, and things like that. So all you have to do is like copy that and paste it into the a document, and then just write a paragraph about it.
Yeah, that's true. I'm using I guess I could use that one too. I also use, because I'm also going to business college, so I'm using that library. I think it's the same kind of databases that they have though. But some of the citations that you click on are a little bit wrong because there's not supposed to be any caps in the titles, and there should be some indents too. The first line should be normal, and then all the other lines should be indented. I think. I think that's how to. I think I can't even speak. My goodness. I think that's how it's supposed to be done, but it doesn't do that usually sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess you still have to have knowledge of like what's going on or whatever. Yeah, you do have to do the hanging indent and then you have to make sure you have that it is in the right format, but usually they have all the information. It's like put together like for you, which is nice.
For this assignment, so this is being recorded, right? And then, do we send the link that you send us, or do we use some other link and do we all submit that in that quiz? And were we supposed to take notes on this? Because I mean, I took a couple notes, but not on everything.
So what I think you do is when I stop the broadcast, I will, I think it gives you another link. It could be the same link, but I'll post the link in and then you do submit it and we all submit it. And then I would assume he goes in and he watches all of them. Maybe it's just like you submit it, oh, you have a video, oh, it's so long, and then he just like, I have no idea, but yeah, I think we all submit it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think I think you know more than I do. That sounds really good. I don't have anything else to say. I think we're gonna get an A for this, and hopefully throughout the whole course, because that's the best.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, so I think we definitely talked about a lot. We definitely talked about what we were supposed to talk about, and we had really good conversations about it. So if we want, I just feel bad about Diogo not being able to be here, but I can, when I put the link in, I can tell him, I mean, it wouldn't matter if he used it or not, if it gets watched, but he can let the teacher know what happened and hopefully find, maybe he can just send it in anyway. I don't know. But hopefully he figures out.
Yeah, he's usually very organized, and I was like, what the heck? Why is he not like, because I was like trying to figure it out like maybe 20 minutes beforehand how to make sure the Google Air worked and stuff, and then I tried calling him and he didn't answer. I'm like, what the heck? Like it's like 5 minutes to 10, I mean to whatever when we started 9 o'clock. So he's usually on top of those things, but his wallet got stolen. Sucks to be him. But I'm glad he's following this guy because this guy or woman is using his credit card to buy all these different things, and there's one close to his house. And so he got in the car and is chasing them down, which I would also do. So crazy stuff.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. Anyway, so we can end it right now. What are your guys' thoughts? Yeah? We good? Okay. So I'll end it and then I will see what the rest says and what the link, if how it works. And I'll put the link in the message on Gmail. And so yeah, and I hope you guys all have a good night and uh, yeah, just keep working hard in geology, I guess. See you guys next week. Yeah, so bye.